I just thought I'd make a video on this challenge question that you have sent. So we've got y is equal to 4x squared plus 1, which is a graph that is, if that's x squared, then 4x squared is going to be steeper and 4x squared plus 1 is going to shift up. So it's going to be a graph that's steep and it goes through there at plus 1. And we've got a straight line that's got positive gradient that goes through at -8 and it's tangent to the curve. So it needs to be a line like that. So this line, of course, is going to be y equals mx minus 8. And we want it to touch the curve so that it is a tangent. Now, what you need to know about when things are tangent, when you do a quadratic, y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. When you just plot a quadratic, you can have three different types. You can have a quadratic that's going to smile and give you two roots. You can have a quadratic that's just going to sit on the axes and give you one root. And you can have a quadratic that doesn't have any roots that's above the x-axis. So when there are two roots, if we use the quadratic formula, which is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We get the two answers by doing the plus and minus, and the thing that is underneath the square root, that is called the discriminant, and that has to be positive because you cannot take the square root of negatives. So when the discriminant, the expression under the square root, is positive, you're going to get two roots. When the b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then you're only going to get one root because you're going to have a plus or minus 0. So the one root here where it meets the x-axis is just a minus b over a 2a. When there are no roots, then that's when your calculator gives you that error, and that's because the b squared minus 4ac is negative and you can't take the square root of a negative number. If you take the square root of minus 16, you'll just get an error on your calculator because even minus 4 times minus 4 is plus 16. By the very nature of taking a square root, it implies the two numbers times together are the same, and any negatives squared gives you a positive. So we want this mx minus 8 to meet our curve for x squared plus 1 and just touch. So what we can do is say 4x squared plus 1 must equal our mx minus 8, and then solve a quadratic, take everything to one side. 4x squared minus mx plus 9 has to equal 0. Now this acquired quadratic, when we put everything to one side, that would, in order to have a tangent, just have the one root, and that means the b squared minus 4ac has to equal 0. So b is our m, well it's minus m, but we're going to be squaring it, so that's m squared minus 4 times 4 times 9, because a is 4 and b is 9, and that has to equal 0 for us to have a tangent. So if we just sort all that out, m squared will have to equal 144, so m is actually 12. So the answer is y is equal to 12x minus 8.